the empire that fed on chains. A chronicles of truth story. They called it civilization. But behind that polished word stood the sound of chains, the crack of a whip, and the silence of millions whose names history tried to erase. Between the 1500s and 1800s, the British Empire, one of the most powerful forces on earth, built its wealth not on brilliance, not on charity, but on bodies. Black bodies. African bodies. Men, women, children, treated like raw materials, packaged like cargo, priced like livestock. Britain perfected a machine of suffering called the transatlantic slave trade. Ships left Liverpool, Bristol, and London glistening with ambition. They returned drowning in blood-soaked profit, sugar, rum, cotton, products planted by enslaved hands, watered by enslaved tears. On the western coast of Africa, British merchants did not see people. They saw numbers. A body was worth £3. Another £5. A strong man, maybe £10. That is how cheap a human life became. Villages were burnt. Families torn apart. Children ripped from their mothers. Kings were bribed. Wars were sponsored. Every chaos that made capture easier was encouraged because the British economy needed slaves like a heart needs blood. And inside the belly of their slave ships, darkness, heat, death. Hundreds chained together in spaces too small for the living, too full for the dead. Some suffocated. Some jumped into the ocean, choosing death over bondage. The British called these deaths losses. Losses like broken cargo, not broken lives. When the enslaved reached the Caribbean and America, the British Empire grew rich beyond imagination. Plantations stretched like kingdoms. Sugar money built London mansions. Slave wealth funded banks, universities, and the rise of British global power. And when Britain finally abolished slavery in 1833, they didn't pay the slaves. They paid the slave owners. £20 million, the largest payout in British history at that time, went to the people who owned humans, not the humans who survived them. And the enslaved? Not a single coin. Not a single apology. Not a single acre of land. Freedom came without compensation, without dignity, without repair. The British Empire walked into a new era clean and polished, while Africa carried the scars. Scars passed down through generations. Scars that shaped nations, economies, and identities.